That's got to be a gut punch, man.
That's my profile picture. Get out of here.
My mean side thinks it's a little bit on the funny side. I can't get started this early in the day ranting about things. Welcome back on this cool January Saturday morning, where it's currently 36 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's Bolt, and there went Bailey. I trust all of you are watching this in good health, and in good spirits, and in good everything else that needs to be good in your life. The dogs are looking at me like something's happening. Nothing's happening. This is it, guys. There's nothing going on. This is all we're doing. I can actually sit down in my chair and talk for a change. The last couple weeks have been pretty wet here, and I'm kind of over the wetness. So CES just left town. It was, it's busy down on this trip. I avoid this trip like the plague during CES. But what's kind of funny, this morning they were doing a recap of CES, and they showed the product from Samsung, which was voted the worst in show, which was a smart refrigerator. And it made me think about a couple things. Just imagine you're on the team that developed that refrigerator. You probably spent years working on it. All these features you're all excited about. You take it to unveil it at this major convention, and you get voted the worst of all the products there, of the thousands of products. That's got to be a gut punch, man. My mean side thinks it's a little bit on the funny side, but the rest of me thinks it's terrible. But I can relate to that, because that's kind of a weekly experience on YouTube. You'll work your buns off on a video that you think, this is it, I'm gonna crush on this one, and then you post it, and then an hour later YouTube says fewer viewers are watching this than usual. It's ranked 10 out of 10 of your last 10 videos. Get out of here, you failed on this video. That's never a good feeling, and we all experience that regularly on YouTube. And so the Samsung people with their smart fridge, I understand how you feel. And sometimes I even laugh at myself when it happens. So you got to see the humor in things, even when it's at your own expense. As an update to the dog situation, Bailey's feeling considerably better. I would say she's been friskier the last few days, and she's been at least a year. Update on Elle, the Chihuahua, I would say her coughing about maybe 50% better. She's still doing it, but it's not quite as bad. Bolt is still crazy. Nothing's changed with that. And me, I'm still old. That ain't gonna change. In fact, today's the youngest I'm ever gonna be the rest of my life. The same with you as well. Speaking of young, I had a bit of not an argument, but a bit of a kind of a debate online. Once again about modern music. It was another one of those back in the 80s when musicians were real musicians, unlike today. Every person's gonna say that the era that they grew up in had the best music. There is no best era of music. It does not exist. The best era of music to most people is the era of music when they went to high school. There are people in high school right now, 20, 30 years from now, who look back and say, oh man, the 2020s, best era of music ever. We had Sleep Token, we had Taylor Swift. They're gonna say that. You have to just accept that you are biased if you think that the era you grew up in is the best era of music. There is no best era of music. Of course there are exceptions. My cousin, born in the 70s, he thinks the 60s are the greatest era of music, but he went to high school in the 90s and he thinks the 90s is the second best era of music. So the person online was saying, name one modern top 40 act that had a great bass player. I was like, Thundercat. Name another one. Sleep Token. All right, I give up. And the thing is that when you mention these acts to people and they've never heard of them, they still are dismissive of them because they don't know who they are. Just because you don't like a type of music doesn't mean it's somehow meritless. I mean, there's some musicianship nowadays it's on a whole other level. Go watch highlights of Hail the Sun, the singer/drummer, playing and singing incredible stuff at the same time. You may not like the style of music. You probably won't. But does that dismiss their talent? Absolutely not. It's such an insult to these young musicians saying, oh, back in the 80s when musicians were better. I don't think they were. The level of musicianship on some of the acts out there now is on a whole other level. That's because a lot of these young musicians can go on YouTube and take free tutorials. We had to pay for it. Nobody wanted to. Go watch John Gomm's Passion Flower, which has like millions of views. I gotta stop myself. I'm doing it. I can't get started this early in the day ranting about things. Ranting and rambling. But speaking of day, once again, I think I have plans today, but I don't know. I even hate to say that because I feel like I jinx it when I do. If I say I have plans today, they will almost 100% fall through. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do something out of this yard and out of this house today. So if I do, you'll find out a lot sooner than I will, because me, it's going to be real time. For you, it's right now.
my profile picture.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to...
That's my profile picture. Get out of here, man.
I mean, look at all that, Brandon. What are you feeling in your stomach?
Did you get some Tums for me? I think I need something like that.
How are you gonna eat that?
Paul Stanley, I got your number. Oh, it didn't look good.
So what do you know, my plans actually worked out for a change. I actually went out and did something, but that's one of my favorite trios of activities. Dinner down at the Yard House at Town Square, followed by some arcade action, followed by some frozen yogurt. It doesn't get any better than that as far as simple pleasures goes to me. So now I'm gonna go home and relax the rest of the night, and I'll worry about tomorrow, because today was full enough. Oh yeah, I gotta take Bailey to the vet in the morning. It's just a follow-up though. She's doing pretty well, so I think the vet will be pleased to see her progress. But that's about it for today. I don't have really much else to say because my day is over. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.